everyone. Welcome to the Cozy Cardigans podcast, or welcome back if you're a returning viewer. My name is Mel. I live in Hyogo, Japan with my husband Tim, and also we are expecting a baby boy soon, really soon, in the beginning of April. And so, yeah, welcome. This episode is going to be a little more traditional. Well, it's going to be the traditional podcast episode because I actually filmed an intro for this like 2-3 weeks ago. And then I just didn't film at all for the past 2-3 weeks. So I do have like some little clips. I don't know if I've put them in this video or not. But yeah, I've just been really busy with the shop update and shipping everything out and getting ready for the baby, and it's just been, I just haven't really been going out to like film anything lately. And then also I knit, and then I am too tired to talk about it at the end of the day. So this episode's gonna be the traditional sit down episode. So I hope you do not mind. To make up for it, I do have a lot of acquisitions to show you at the end if you're interested. So yeah, just letting you know. But so let's start with FOs. This is kind of weird. I haven't done one of these episodes in a while. But I do have an FO. It still hasn't been blocked because I've just been too busy and tired to block it, but I am planning on blocking it later today. And it's my Loimu cardigan by Ronja, and I don't remember her last name, but I finished it. So I've got to block it and take FO pictures because this was a test knit. But yeah, it's all done. So this is knit in Mominoki yarns in their German Merino in their Ochre colorway. I'm trying to so it's a bit more color correct back here. And it's got this really nice baubles, and it's also got, it's kind of hard to tell since it's not blocked, but it's got some eyelets and also some ribbing, as you can see. And this is like a no button cardigan, so it's an open front cardigan. So I just did a 1x1 ribbing for that. And then all my bind offs, I did a 1x1 tubular bind off, which is my favorite for ribbing. There weren't any mods because it's a test knit, but I tried to use as much yarn as possible, so I did make it a bit longer. I think I've made it about maybe 2 to 3 inches longer than called for. So obviously because of that, I picked up more stitches along the neckline to make up for it. And then also the sleeves are well, you knit until they're long enough, but I always end up just binding or starting the ribbing after the decreases because my arms are really short. So other than that, I've knitted to pattern, sent in my, if you've watched my other episodes, you know that I had a bit of trouble making sure that these two sides were mirrored. So I fixed that and sent her. I think she actually fixed the pattern by the time I figured that out. So that's all fixed now. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's super cozy. I really want to be able to wear it a few times at least before it starts getting warmer. It's definitely starting to feel like spring here in Japan. The sakura trees, some of the sakura trees are starting to bloom. So I do want to get a few wears out of this before it gets too hot. But yeah, really I really like the texture of it, and the yarn really has great stitch definition, so the ribbing comes off really nicely. So I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to block this later. And then let me show you my current WIPs. So my other test knit that I am currently working on is this Grass Whispers Pullover by Teti of Teti's Knit Garden, I think. So I finished the yoke. I'm still doing, well, finished the colorwork portion of the yoke, I should say. So I decided on a low contrast colorwork. The main color is Nitpicks, recycled worsted? No. Some kind of recycled wool. Sorry, I'll put all the info down below, and also I'll be putting words up on the screen, so if I don't know it, it'll pop up. But this is some old stash yarn. It's a worsted weight sweater, and it's got some really nice 1x1 cabling, and then it goes into some ribbing, and right now I'm into the stockinette portion, so should be smooth sailing from here. This was pretty much like the difficult bit, and I decided on the mock neck version. There is a turtleneck version and a mock neck version. I prefer mock necks, so that is what I did. And then the contrast color is my own Peruvian wool sock, my old Peruvian wool sock base, held double in the colorway Rust. Yeah, it's from back, this base I don't usually carry anymore because it was back when I was in the US, but I still have some stash of it, so decided to use it up. But I really like how it's turning out. I really want to be able to wear this at least once or twice before it gets warmer. But yes, I have like maybe like 2-3 more inches of yoke to go before I split for sleeves. So but yeah, I really like the color work, and for those of you who end up knitting it, I used the Stewart method for the back to catch the floats, because there are really long floats in this sweater. So I use the Stewart method, but people have recommended the, sorry, I should have written all this down, but it's something jacquard, the something jacquard method. I'll put it right here. But I do want to try that method next time if I ever have long floats again. It looks a little bit more intuitive, but this worked out. So yeah, I talked more about it in my previous episodes if you want to check that out, but that is also going. So this is like my main knit now, because this is also a test knit. And also I'm almost done with this little newborn. This is gonna be a vest. I'm so sorry, I don't remember the pattern name, so I'll put it up on the screen. But it's supposed to be a cardigan, but I wanted to make a vest because he'll be a springtime baby. It's gonna be a bit too hot for cardigans very soon. So, but when he's born, it'll still be, I think, chilly enough to wear a vest, I think. So I made this. This yarn is Daruma, I think. Yeah, Daruma, and it's called Yawaraka Damu, which is soft lamb in English. So I think it's like a superwash wool acrylic blend, like a usual baby wear kind of yarn. but I really like the texture of it. It's this really nice dark olive green color. So I just gotta do the ribbing for the vest, or not the vest, for the sleeves. And then I'm planning on picking up and knitting like a little Peter Pan collar type of thing. I think the original pattern just calls for a regular crew neck, but I wanted a little collar because I thought it'd be cute. So I'm gonna knit that up after my after my test knit. So I've just been knitting on this like every now and then, but baby knits go so fast, so very addicting to knit on. It's so small, it's tiny. So yeah. Oh, also I should say that the pattern I'm using, whatever it is that I've displayed down below, I've kind of went rogue with the so I did a couple modifications. One is it calls for it to be knit in pieces and then seamed. I do not like knitting in pieces and seaming, so I knit bottom up in one piece and then just split for sleeves and then seamed up the shoulders, which worked out. And then also the size of the vest seemed a little weird to me. I also have never seen or held a newborn baby before, so I have no idea if this is even right, but I decided to use the measurements and schematics from the Flax Pullover by Tin Can Knits to figure out the armhole depth and the body depth and things like that, because I kept the amount of stitches as the same as the original pattern though, but for the lengths of the armholes and the body, it seemed a little too small. Like I would prefer for it to be a little too big on him so that he can wear it at least more than once. So I just took a look at the schematic for the Flax Light Pullover by Tin Can Knits and went with their measurements for their newborn baby size. So that's the only thing. And then I have one more WIP, knitting WIP, I should say. So you've seen this quite often. I'm still working on it. I'm still in this color work bit and I'm still using a very small needle. So let me see if I could stretch it out, like a portion out to show you. So I'm almost done with the second color work portion of this. This is the Frequency Sweater by Tina Say. Oh, somebody told me how to say her last name and I totally forgot. Sorry. But yeah, I love how it's turning out. This is going to be a short sleeve pullover. Yeah, I'm almost done with the second bit of the color work. The main color is Itobito Yarns, Itobito Knits. This is Anne's Mocha Chocolate colorway on their sock base. I really love the speckles that come out in the stockinette portion. I love like the little pops of warm reddish orange that come up. And then the contrast color is Dendritic Agate by Akara Yarns, and this is from her 2021 Advent. This is the main scheme that came with it. So it's just like a basic cream and it's got some speckles in it. So I'm using that as the CC and it's working out super nicely. Yeah, I was originally waffling back and forth between making it a long sleeve or a short sleeve, but I think I want it to be like a wide elbow length sleeve, like something that stops right here and doesn't really have any shaping in it, so that it's kind of wider. I don't know, that's what I have in mind. But yeah, and then I have one more non-knitting WIP. Let me get it. So I'm still working on the baby quilt I'm making for the baby. I'm almost done quilting the whole thing. Let me see if I could show you. So this is the front. So I've got this much more to go. And then this is the back. So, sorry, it's kind of hard to show such a big project, but for those of you who are new, I just used regular cotton fabric for the front, and then the back is all vintage indigo dyed fabric, various types of fabric, from a vintage flea market that I went to in Kyoto. And the pattern is called the Welcome Home quilt, and it's the baby sized version by Toad and Sew. And this is actually a free pattern if you sign up for their newsletter. They just send it to you. So thought it was a perfect name, and also it's a pretty cute pattern. This is my first ever quilt, so I'm pretty proud of it so far. I'm using Japanese sashiko thread, so you can see that it's quite a bit thicker than regular quilting thread, like American quilting thread, Western quilting thread. So you could really see the quilt lines. And I made the straight lines using a Hera marker, if you've seen those, just like a plastic spatula looking thing. And I just marked it, and it lasts for quite a while, so you can see where to stitch. But yeah, I'm working on that, and then I'm almost done. So after that, I'll have to deal with the binding, which is kind of scary. I've never bound a quilt before, so that's something to look forward to. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. I've been quite busy for the past couple weeks, so I feel like I haven't done as much as I wanted to, but I do have an FO, so that's good. But I do have a lot of acquisitions to show you. So I actually filmed half of these acquisitions when I tried to film this the first time, but since then I've gotten more things. So I decided, which was one of the reasons why I decided to just scrap that first video and just redo this one with you. So yeah, let me just go ahead and start. The first things that I got in the mail, I guess I'll try to kind of do this in a way where it makes sense. The first thing that I got in the mail was some self-striping yarn from Tiny Human Knits from Laura. So I got 3 of these. This is from her February update, I believe. So this is Fly Agaric, and this is from her Lord of the Rings collection. This is Shortcut to Mushrooms. And it came with this really cute stitch marker. I forgot to bring it, but it came with like this mushroom stitch marker. And this one is Whatever You Need to Be. Super cute. And this is really cute because Laura very kindly sent a bag with it, and it's currently my frequency pullover is living in it. But look how cute it matches. But yeah, I love that. Yeah, Laura is my favorite self-striping yarn dyer, so I was so happy that I was able to catch her update and get some more self-striping yarns. I think self-striping socks is definitely like my go-to travel / train knitting, so it's never not enough, right? I mean, look how pretty these are. So I got that. So I'm super excited about this because my current sock WIP. I should share that with you. Hold on just one second. Totally forgot about this WIP. I'm almost getting there. It's like a never-ending gobstopper when it comes to this sock tube. So this sock tube is, again, colorway is Morgan by Tiny Human Knits. This was the last skein I had of hers, so I was really sad about it. So I'm really happy I got those 3 that I just showed you. But this is called Morgan. It's kind of like beachy to me, but I'm almost done with the ball. I'm just going until it runs out. But I'm planning on using, I'm not sure how much I have of this, but probably I might need more of something. I think this might be enough for toes. This is my own colorway Haru. And then this I think I got from Laura as a mini skein when I ordered this. I'm not quite sure. It's just this light yellow beige colorway. I think it goes really well. I think I could use this for heels, and I probably need one more kind of something. I probably need one more thing for cuffs or something. I don't think I have enough for heels, toes, and cuffs. But anyways, that's the plan. Almost there. I feel like every time I think that I'm close, I find more inside this ball. Like, it's just never ending. But that's fine. It goes really fast with my 9-inch circulars. And this is, I did 64 stitches, but I feel like it's a bit too big for me. I think next time I'll do 60 or 62. We'll have to see. We'll see. But yeah, that's another WIP I totally forgot about. So yeah, moving back into acquisitions. So another thing I got, so there's this online yarn shop here in Japan called Yarnaholic, and they do they bring in different indie dyers from around the world and they sell it on their website. So they had a little update for Positive Ease. So I got a sweater quantity of this, but I didn't want to carry all the sweater quantity. But I got this. This is Positive Ease Merino Singles in their Meditation Baby colorway, 100% Merino Superwash. It's just this really pretty dark teal color. I'm trying to see if it gets kind of blown out when I go close, but it has these little rusty speckles, and yeah, I really like it. So I got this, a sweater quantity of this, and then I also got, because I wanted free shipping, one skein of this. This is Coast to Coast Yarn Co. In the Tramides Versicolor colorway in their signature sock. So this is part of Erin's Mush Club collection, and I didn't know that because I didn't know that Tramides Versicolor was a mushroom. But yeah, this is really pretty. I got a skein of this because I usually really like to use these kind of like tonally, only slightly variegated skeins for contrast colors. So like, for example, I think this would be a really pretty colorwork sweater. But yeah, I thought this was really, this would come in handy for any color working I would like to do in the future. So I got a skein of this, and it's got like it's like white and gray, cool gray with hints of blue. Yeah, super pretty. And then from Yarnaholic, I also got a skein of this. This is the Kid Mohair lace base from Walk collection, and in their Gobi colorway. And the reason why I got just one skein of this is because I decided that for my hospital knit, so in Japan, when you give birth at the hospital, you normally stay for 5 days. So I'm not sure how busy I will be and everything, and I obviously want something, if I am able to knit, I would want something where I could just pick up and put down very quickly, for obvious reasons, because new baby, gotta do stuff, you know. So I decided that I wanted to make the Bennett sister shawl using these two skeins. These I got this past Christmas as a Christmas present. So this is Amble by the Fiber Co. in their Fair Hill colorway. So it's like a very dark brown. It's kind of blowing out because of my dress. It looks like it's the same color as my dress, but this dress is actually black. So maybe I should close this a little. Does that help? Maybe a little. So it's like a very heathered brown, and it calls for 2 skeins of fingering, and then so half the shawl is knit by itself, and then the other half has a mohair paired with it. So it has like 2 halves. So this is going to be the thing I pair with. I wanted something that was very different so that when I knit it up, it would be more heathered and contrasty. So I decided on this. So that's going to be my hospital knit. So I have to kick it up and put it in my hospital stay bag. So that was what I shared in the video that you will never see. But since then, I also got a few things. So first thing is that I shopped Emma's most recent update. She just came back from maternity leave, so I really wanted to shop some of her yarn, and I really enjoy seeing the different limited edition wools that she brings into her shop. And also, yeah, she's just really talented and really kind, and she's my friend, and yeah, she's really awesome at what she does. So check her out if you don't know her. She also has podcasts and everything. So I got myself a sweater's quantity of this beautiful yarn. So this is her limited edition blue texel base. This is really pretty dark purple. How pretty is that? I have like a shelf dedicated to Emma's stuff right here. This is all Emma's yarn. Yeah, so I'm happy to add to my collection. I just really like feeling and experiencing all these different limited edition bases that, I don't know, that she's a natural dyer. I don't know how she does it, but she does it. And but yeah, so this is her limited edition blue texel base. It's quite soft, considering, well, it's obviously not merino soft, but like I could wear this against my neck and I'd be okay, which is really cool. But anyways, I got a sweater's quantity of this. This is the tag that came with it. And then I also got this. So this is her hearth sock. This is the base that she recommends to use for non-superwash socks. I personally cannot use non-superwash yarns for socks, unfortunately. I've tried, but my feet are very, very sensitive and I get blisters like immediately. It has to be a superwash merino nylon blend for me, or else my feet get destroyed. If I could probably see if I wore enough to felt it, maybe it would be easier on the feet, but then I'd have to wear enough to felt it, and I can't live with that. So then anyways, the reason why I got a sock set is because I really like these colors, and I'm hoping to use them in like some kind of non-superwash color work type of thing. Yeah, I just really like this not lavender, violet purple and this green. So I won't be using it for socks, but I'll be using it as colorwork pieces for something else. But I do highly recommend Emma's yarn for socks. I know a lot of people have knitted with her hearth sock base and have had much success with it. It's just my feet are weirdly super sensitive and can't handle anything rougher than superwash merino. So I wish I could, though. I really wish. I want to jump onto the non-superwash sock bandwagon, but I just can't. But yeah, this is super pretty. Again, I'll be using this for color work. And then last thing I got. So because of the current situation in Ukraine, Knitting for Olive had a day where 100% of their profit, if you buy why am I having such a hard time? Knitting for Olive had a day where 100% of what they make on that day will be donated to the Red Cross. So I obliged, and I got some stuff. So first thing I got is this. I got a sweaters or a cardigan quantity because I'm planning on knitting the Mocha cardigan. I forget the designer's name, but all the info will be here. I'm planning on holding this with this is another Emma's Woolly Mammoth Fiber Co's limited edition. This is her limited edition Dorset wool base. Here's the tag. This is lovely pink, and the Mocha cardigan calls for a DK weight. The reason why I didn't want to just make a sweater with just this is because I accidentally bought, so I bought this when I first came to Japan back last January, I believe. And I got when I bought this yarn, I didn't realize, because I didn't unpack everything at that time. So I didn't realize that I also had this, which is another one of Emma's. This is the same base, the limited edition Dorset base, but this is like a brighter pink. This is like a more muted pink, I want to say. But so I have a sweater quantity of this, and I have a sweater quantity of this. So I didn't want to make two sweaters of the same-ish looking colors, and they're slightly different, so I can't use them all together in one. Like if I held them together double, I mean I could, I guess, but I'd rather make two things rather than one large thing, if you know what I mean. So this I'm saving for another sweater, but for this I wanted to hold it with this to make the more Killa, that way it would be a DK weight. And I thought it'd be really interesting to see how it kind of so this is Knitting for Olive mohair, soft silk mohair in the rose clay colorway. So it's like a very demure dusty pink. I really wanted to see how they mixed together into one. Actually, maybe I should mix these. I don't know. Maybe I'll mix these two together. But yeah, we'll see. So that's why I'm not holding this single. That way I can have one of this and one of this, if that makes sense. So that's just a lesson for future me. If I haven't unpacked my yarn, don't buy any more yarn, because I clearly have a type and I just keep buying the same types of things over and over if I don't remind myself of what I've gotten. So yeah, so that's that. Another thing I've got myself is I wanted to try their cotton merino, Knitting for Olive cotton merino, and this is their purple elephant colorway. It's this very light grayish lavender, and I'm planning on making a summer top with this. So I have not a sweaters quantity, but like a top quantity of this, so I'm excited about that. It's like a very light fingering weight, so maybe something like a Rannenkloss pullover, something like that. But yeah, super pretty. So I got that. And then the other couple things is for my son. So I forget the name of the pattern by Petite Knit, but there's this little baby stripy sweater pattern by her. I'll put the info here, but I thought these two would go really nicely together. So this is the marzipan colorway, and this is the deep petroleum blue colorway. You can kind of see it better here, but this is going to be the main color, contrast color. So just like a cute little stripy sweater for him in the future. And then I also got this. This is the Knitting for Olive heavy merino base in the fennel seed colorway. It's like a little more slubby, kind of like how the texture looks. And it's like this light green color. And I'm planning on making, I'm not quite sure of the pattern, but I'm imagining some kind of like a collared polo sweater type of thing for him for next winter, because he won't need heavy merino during the summer here in Japan. So excuse me, got this as well. But yeah, that is everything. Yeah, got quite a bit of stuff. Oops, but yeah, I like all of these things, and so I hope you do too. Thanks for watching this far. If you have, I'm not sure how these podcasts will go in the future, just because coming baby, maternity leave, will I even have the time? Probably not, you know. So I hope you don't mind me going back and forth between styles of podcasts where I do some sit down, or sometimes I do my usual like throughout the week thing that I do. Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes, because I have no idea how it's gonna be like until he's here. So probably maybe do one more video before he arrives, just so I could show you the quilt and stuff and like my test knits and things like that. But yeah, can't promise regular episodes anymore, which is sorry, but also, you know, baby. I hope you understand. But anyways, I hope you're all doing well. You know, I hope that knitting and crafting has been giving you comfort over the past crazy couple weeks. And I hope that you're all healthy and doing well. And again, please let me know what you've been working on while you've been watching, or if you've been working on something. I do really like to see that. But yeah, thank you all so much for the kind messages and comments that you've been putting on my videos and also on Instagram. Yeah, I read all of them. I don't have time to respond to every single one of them, but I do read all of them. And thank you so much for your congrats and all that, all the kind sentiment you've been sending about the new baby. And yeah, I hope I can talk to you sooner rather than later, but we'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching, and stay healthy and well. Bye.